Good afternoon. Is afternoon? Is 12:01? Good afternoon. Welcome. Those of you that were here in the morning session, welcome back. Those of you are new, welcome to All AI Day. I am so thrilled to have this event. And I wanted again thank everyone that worked really hard to make this possible. Can we give them a round of applause again? Thank you. Thank you very much. And we have another fantastic keynote for you. I want to thank Adobe to provide the lunch. So sponsor the lunch. So some of you that were here in the morning gonna hear my presentation again a little bit, but I made an addition, and actually I will show you the faculty numbers that I said they were higher. So want to make sure our faculty, that wants me to disaggregate the data, see the evidence that the faculty number is actually higher than the staff numbers actually bring them down. So we'll show you those numbers in here in a second. Maybe if I can get this done. Okay. Those of you, we had a survey. Again, thank you for coming today. We had a survey done last year. We have a survey done this year. Parallel to that, we have the first one was about 7,000. The other one about 6,000 students. It's still going on for 2 weeks, so it's a large number of faculty and staff and the students are in there. If I can get this.
It might be dead.
It might be. All right. We want to make sure the tech works. Maybe we need an AI clicker. So we did 3 things at our campus that we've been doing with artificial intelligence. We talked about awareness, development, and operationalizing it. And we've been working on those 3 coming up. And the survey kind of reflects that. I want to thank FTC, ATC, all the colleges and faculty that work hard to be able to, especially on awareness of AI across the campus. So let's see if the technology works. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's look at the awareness and understanding. As we talked about today, you can see that the trend is going up. I want to show you that the number at the top, 83%, is the faculty and staff. Those of you who were this morning, the in the bottom is the faculty numbers alone. The percentages are. So even though I'm aware of opportunity to learn about AI around the campus, 83% meaning you had faculty staff, 86% was just the faculty numbers. So the faculties are higher. If you look at, I have attended workshop and seminar, 55% was the faculty and staff, 62% was faculty alone. So you can see the trend. I regularly discuss topics with faculty, families, friends, and classmates. 81% were faculty versus 74%. That means we got to do more work with our staff than the faculty probably knows most of those things around this. So I'm very proud of our faculty to be so much involved in understanding AI, and especially in awareness moving forward. Just use okay. Experience, again, as you can see, we talked about it this morning, but those of you came in late this afternoon, you can see the numbers are pretty much higher across the board. There are some differences in here. I regularly use AI-powered tool and application in my studies. The faculty and the staff about 55%, and the faculty is about 53%. So it's a little bit lower in here. AI-powered tool, essential to my academic success. You can see 31, 34. So there's a little bit lower on those 2 categories. But you can see the feeling of validity, the faculty is really strong, 97%. So again, another one is, compared to submitting assignments with ChatGPT, faculty is a little lower on that areas. But the awareness is higher. Experience is almost the same. In some areas, a little bit lower. Go, Lex. Perception, attitude. Again, it's very similar across the board. Ethical use of AI is really, really important. This is the perception of people. We talked about it. Faculty staff is about 86%, has gone up. Faculty is about 91%. So it is higher. So if you look at most of the graph that we have, the faculty has been involved more in depth and so forth. You can see the privacy is almost the same. So perception, privacy, social impact, all of those, everyone are really worried about AI. We want to make sure it's regulated, right? unregulated AI can be dangerous to societal impact. Next. Skills and education. CSU offer adequate AI training opportunity. 70%, we have done a really good job of providing a lot of, 75% was faculty. So you can see it's still the same trend, the faculty is higher on that area. So again, training and education, I think it's really important that we do that. The students a little bit lower than faculty because the students usually are working in a different ways than the faculty does. Faculty wants to have those formal training in some of those things so we can understand why those things are higher. Again, I'm worried about AI negative affect human creativity. Of course, 81%. We went up again, 83% faculty. That comes up. AI becomes an essential part of my profession, 74%, 77% altogether. So again, when you're looking at future expectation, almost similar across. But the good thing about all of the graphs is that the university has moved forward. We have moved to the next steps. The awareness, the development, and operationalizing it really had made an impact. And we can see the faculty is ahead of the students. In every single graph, the faculty is higher than the student. That's where we want it to be. We want the faculty to lead our students. That's the goal of this campus. That's the goal of our institution. Move. We talked about this morning. There are 162,000 name lookups every day to AI, where last year was about 82,000. We have 100, so double the number of usage on the campus. Double the number of usage on campus. It's probably more than that out there, but double usage on the campus. Next. Here's all the tools. The speaker this morning talked about it. Is we want to make sure the tools are available to our students. One of the important factors I want to bring up that I didn't bring up this morning, the AI and the tools have widened the digital divide. They have actually widened the digital divide. Let me say it again. Because a lot of paid services, people can afford them, they're buying them, and you can see people can't afford them, can't use them. Also with the privacy. So for us providing the technology tools to the students, that kind of give you leveling the playing field so they can actually use it without getting charged across the board. But as I said this morning, and I say it all the time, that the development process, the usage in a classroom, the usage in assignment is our academic freedom, our faculty. Faculty needs to work with the students. Are they going to use it in a classroom, an assignment, or not? Or are they going to be able to use it effectively with the AI tool or not? Or at what stage they want to use AI tools and at what stage they don't want to use AI tools. So those are, I want to make sure I put that under there. And we're trying to push that across all tools because it's important that they know that work with their faculty and their syllabus when they're going through their class assignments. Also, I want to put a shout out, FDC have an IT, AI resources, as you can see in the bottom, and IT has a lot of resources. There is one is that our faculty worked on is ethical guidelines of using AI. It's on FDC source, that's fantastic. Please go look at it. I recommend all faculty to at least put it part of their syllabus because they have a lot of great, resource for all the students to see how they use it ethically in a crisis. So by now, I'm going to introduce our speaker. I want to thank Adobe. Our speaker, Nina, is a product marketer evangelist and a community leader at Adobe with over a decade of experience driving impactful marketing strategy in tech, passionate about building relationship and championing users. Nina recently launched Adobe Acrobat Community Organization and led its successful AI rollout. Outside of work, Nina is a travel blogger with a passion for history and experience in different cultures, take her around the globe, and eating her way through every city. By that, let me introduce you, Nina Nasre.
Yeah.
Please give her a long.
To eat. That's why I said, can we have a lunch spot? Okay. Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to yell. I don't know. I'll talk really loud. Yes.
Now can you hear me? Yes. Much better. I don't have to yell. All right. Thank you so much for having us today. We are so excited to be here. My name is Nina Nasre, and I run the community organization at Adobe Acrobat. I'm also on the product marketing team. I'm also joined by Dhruva and Veronica here on the product marketing team as well. So they're here to help answer any questions if, I don't know the answer. But so we're all here. We want to hear from you, and we're excited to talk a little bit about how Adobe Acrobat AI Assistant can help make time for more meaningful work. Now, before I jump in, I want to keep this conversational, interactive, fun, because we're in meetings and classes and all of that all day, so let's keep it fun. Can I get a show of hands? How many of you are faculty and staff in the room? I just want to get a benchmark. Okay, a lot of you, great. How many of you have tried AI Assistant? Okay, kind of medium, less than half. How many of you use Adobe Acrobat regularly in your day-to-day? Okay, all right. Any other questions we want to know before we jump in? just want to get a little sense. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Adobe Acrobat, AI Assistant. We'll talk through a couple different example workflows. I think the big thing about AI is we all have some kind of job we need to perform. There's some sort of function we need to do, and it's different for everybody. So I'm going to just talk about a few different ways that we've been seeing different examples to spark inspiration on how you could potentially use it. And then I pre-recorded 3 demos just to give you a little taste into what AI Assistant can do and how it can potentially help you be more successful and give you time back to do the things you actually want to be spending your brain power doing. Cool? All right. So overall, our mission at Acrobat is we are the all-in-one app to simplify the way you work and communicate with documents. A lot of people don't know that they're switching between multiple different apps, attaching PDFs to emails, using different tools for AI, using different tools for e-signatures, but ultimately you can do all of that in one place. And now by introducing AI into the fold, you're able to get more out of those documents that you're using every day. So that being said, I just want to kind of give a bird's eye view context into Adobe Acrobat, since it seems like many of you use it, but some of you don't. So just to give you a little bit of context, I guess, you can use Acrobat anywhere, anytime, on any device. So that means we're across the desktop application, so you can have Acrobat on your desktop. You can also access it through your mobile device. You can access it through integrations with browser extensions like Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. And then you can also use our web-based application, so acrobat.com. We have several different types of kind of uses. We have the free versions, we have the paid versions, we have Sign, we have Scan. I'm sure you all have access to Acrobat Pro, which is our most premium offer through CSU Fullerton. But overall, a lot of people also don't know there's over 35 different tools and functions you can use within Acrobat. So you can do anything you possibly need to do with a document, you can do in Acrobat. Our top uses of what people do mostly with PDFs are editing PDFs. So that could be editing text and images, modifying pages, deleting, reorganizing, moving things around, converting documents. So importing a Word doc into Acrobat, it PDFs it for you. Collaboration, this is my personal favorite, which is being able to share links with your teams, colleagues, potentially students, and being able to comment for real-time feedback in one place. And then e-signatures. So those are the top uses we have. Cool? Cool. Yay. But now, we have introduced AI Assistant in Adobe Acrobat. And again, like I mentioned, we all have some sort of job we need to perform. We're all in different kind of functions. I'm in product marketing. There's somebody who's a professor. We've got somebody who's IT, right? Everything we need to do is different, but one thing holds true. We all are in some kind of document, and there is a job that needs to be performed. So the 3 things that actually really resonate that you can do with AI Assistant are threefold. One is you can understand what you need to do more, right? So accelerating your time to knowledge. Maybe you have a long form document and you don't have time to read the whole thing, or you have time but you're not going to read the whole thing, right? So there's no more too long didn't read. You can just click on generative summary. You get a quick one-click summary of the key points of a long form document. The second is you're able to analyze information faster. So you can ask it questions. So essentially, AI Assistant is chatting with your document. You can ask it questions. You can brainstorm different ideas. You can get insights. You can also upload multiple different documents and compare and contrast and analyze insights across the different documents, which is really cool. We also include sources cited. So what that means is and you'll see this in the examples, but what that means is within AI Assistant, the responses that you get are pulled solely from the documents that you upload into it. And we include these sources so you can click into it and you can see where the information or the response is being pulled from and from which document it's being pulled from. And the third, which is arguably the coolest, is being able to generate new content based on the documents that you upload. So you can use any kind of document you upload. You can draft emails. You can draft outlines, presentations, notes, lesson plans, study guides, which are a couple of the things that I'm going to talk more about as well. Maybe you need to create newsletters and you're in alumni relations, anything like that. So you can generate whatever you want through it. But again, all of the information and the responses that you're getting is based on the documents that you are uploading into it, which again, keeps it a really closed and safe ecosystem. Cool? Any questions so far? Yes?
Does it interact with documents other than PDFs?
You can upload any file type into Acrobat, Word docs, PowerPoint presentations, transcript files. If you record, you're on a Zoom call or you're recording your lectures or whatever it is, you can upload a .vtt file format as well, and it will work on that too. Yes. All right. So we want to be turning documents into action. I already talked a little bit about this, but ultimately, we're talking about high-quality insights where the responses are verifiable, so you can point back to where the response is actually being pulled from. You're not getting any weird internet hallucinations from a different source. So you can, again, double-check your work, double-check the responses, and make sure you feel good about what the response is. Writing made easy, so quickly generating those emails or reports, interacting with the documents, and you can continue to use persistent chat history to refine the response. It's easy to deploy. We're streamlining AI data governance, and most of the things that you don't need to know about. And then the most important is your data is safe, your data remains yours. So Adobe takes AI and security and privacy really, really seriously. We don't train any models on your data. We don't store or save any of your data. So you can feel confident that everything and the documents that you're uploading are secure and remain secure. Because again, Acrobat, we're used to working with a lot of huge customers where they're dealing with really sensitive documents all the time. So we want to make sure that that stays true. Cool? Okay, let's talk about some examples. So I have some faculty examples up here, some student examples, and then some staff examples as well. So just to kind of, again, spark some inspiration about different ways you can start to think about using AI and AI Assistant. I know it's not really natural to start thinking about how to use AI. Like truly, until I worked on this product, I didn't use AI at all. And the more time goes on, the more I'm starting to get comfortable with using it. And now I genuinely use it every day. So I totally get that sometimes it's really hard to just know where to even begin. So hopefully this will help provide some inspiration. So some examples are helping develop a syllabus for your class, right? You have all kinds of research reports or documents, past work you've done. You can help have it come up with a syllabus for you. It even can help you with developing work-back schedules. Like I have all this information. Can you put together a week-by-week analysis or syllabus of what I should be doing? Summarizing research. So again, I mentioned being able to upload multiple different documents. You can upload up to 10 different documents at a time, and those documents can each be up to 600 pages. You can also have it generate some sample quiz questions or tests, and I actually have an example that I'll show you in real life, but automatically being able to upload different kinds of course materials, your lecture notes, anything like that, and then generating quiz questions. I think one of the funniest parts about this too is one of the hardest parts of generating a fake, like a quiz, is coming up with all the wrong answers. So AI assistant can actually write the wrong answers for you too, so you don't have to think about that, and you can say provide the correct answer at the bottom like an answer key. So that's a fun little one, and I'm going to show you that. And then preparing a lesson plan. Some examples for students, right? Acing the test, so having it help you create study guides, finding key points from digital textbooks or any kind of reading material, studying on the go. So I mentioned you can use Acrobat on your phone. AI Assistant is available on your phone too, and we have a voice prompt feature, so you can just talk into it like Siri if you have things and you're on the go. So talk into it, and it can even read those answers back out loud to you. Creating presentations, so summarizing material into slide formats, like slide 1 is this, here's some talking points. Maybe you're working on a group project and you want to collaborate with other people in your class. Summarizing lengthy lecture notes. And then one that we've been seeing is resonating a ton for students too is nailing the job application process. So career advancement use cases, resumes, job description, internship opportunities, helping it draft you cover letter. What are some things based on this job description I should take and amplify my resume? And you're uploading all those and having it help you refine your resume for a specific job or internship opportunity. Okay, some more. So we've broken out some campus staff use cases as well into 3 kind of buckets. Learning and innovation, campus operations, student and alumni engagement. These are, again, just scratching the surface on different ways you can use it. But we know that we're working with within a university campus, there are so many different departments. Everyone has such a critical role to play, and we're all in information overload. We all get 5,000 emails. So again, having this help just make your job a little bit easier and so you can get back to being more productive in your day-to-day. All right, academic departments, so saving instructors time and driving student engagement by drafting teaching guides. We've got research and development, anything from IT, summarizing product documentation and dense instructions. Maybe you have a ton of information you need to write an email very quickly for students, for faculty, and having it help go through all of that information and come up with step-by-step instructions for accessing something. Campus and staff legal. Legal is a huge kind of department we work with, and we've also launched a contract enhancement feature within Adobe Acrobat AI Assistant. So if you're ever working with contracts, we now have a really easy to digest format for contracts with key terms, and it's really powerful. So I don't know if anybody's in events or is in a department where they're working with legal contracts, but you get a really concise, super easy to understand recap of like a long, dense contract. Marketing and comms, so content creation, you can even have it help you brainstorm social caption ideas or social content, video content ideas, again, newsletters, blog posts, all of that. And then career services, so building out standout resumes, cover letters, all of that good stuff. Helping students get the job that they want, because it's tough out there these days. Cool? Cool. Any questions? This is helpful? Yes. Okay. All right, so I know I'm talking fast because we don't have that much time. So I pre-recorded some demos. So here, we're going to see it in real life. This one is specifically about drafting potential lesson ideas. So I'm going to press play, and I'm just going to talk through this live. So I've uploaded a article for Harvard Business Review, and that button that I just clicked at the top is called Generative Summary. So you're able to see where the information and the responses are being pulled from. You also click on AI Assistant at the top, and you always get 3 suggested prompts if you don't know where to begin. So you can always ask AI Assistant. I clicked on one of those, and it's going to generate the response for me. So what are key traits? What key traits do rookie CEOs possess? At the top, when you click on Add Files, that's where you can upload multiple different files. So in this case, let's say I know that I want my students to read multiple different articles. So I've uploaded 2 additional documents in here. And again, they can be any file type. So it could be a Word doc, it could be a PDF, it could be a PowerPoint presentation, it could be an Excel, it could be a transcript file. What else am I missing? All of them. Yep. So you can see that there's two different files added, and when you click, you can actually bounce back and forth between the different files, but the AI panel remains consistent. So you work in one AI panel, but you can bounce back and forth between the different documents. Okay, so I'm going to ask AI Assistant, let's see, what did I ask it to do? To generate 5 to 10 discussion questions based on the core arguments found in these, aim for high-ordered thinking, so analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So what's really cool about this is it analyzes and compares and contrasts across the different documents. And so when you hover on the different responses, it will tell you which document it's actually being pulled from. So it's not, you can see that the information is coming from different ones, and when you click in, it'll take you to the point in the document where the response is being pulled from. You can also copy your chats as well. So you can copy the response, paste it into whatever file you want. We do not save your chat history. So you would have to export your chat history. Part of that, again, comes from us taking security really seriously, so we don't store and save your data. The response is saved for about 12 hours, so you can leave and come back, but you would start over after 12 hours. Questions about this one? Yes?
Does it consume audio or video content?
Currently, no. So only a transcript file. So in that sense, if you recorded a video or you recorded notes or something like that, or a podcast or whatever, we could upload a transcript file, but not video content.
Is it HIPAA compliant?
HIPAA's more like, so we definitely have compliance that some of the legal overview that Nina was mentioning. We are working on further requirements for schools. Right now we have approval of the higher ed level, and then we're working on like K-12, so it's all in one essentially.
Well, HIPAA for medical and personal health related information.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took it as like
COPA.
More of the requirements. Yeah, no. So it definitely is. I mean, I think we oh, thank you. We essentially we are compliant with legal, financial, health industries overall, and so we bring that into the product. And it's part of the offering that we have for the school as well.
If your question is more around dealing with like patient information and all of that, the answer is yes, because we don't keep any of the documents. So Adobe in general, overall, is not storing and saving any of that information. So we're consistent with it. But we can also take that back and like get you a more clear answer.
Yeah, I can add to it too. So there's the different levels of compliance. I know there's discussions on the really stringent HIPAA compliance. I know it's used by some medical institutions. I know Albert Einstein University of Medicine uses this tool. So there's a lot of use cases in that field. I would, for every case though with HIPAA, we'll get back to you on the specifics of what level we can go to. Yeah, but I know there's discussions on that.
Yes.
I heard that insurance companies are using AI right now. And they are asking, let me repeat again. I heard that the insurance companies are using the AI right now, and they are asking us to upload PDF file. And I am wondering if Adobe is helping the insurance company to make decisions on those claims.
If Adobe's okay with insurance companies making decisions based on PDFs.
PDF files. Because it is comparing the, claims, so your Adobe AI is doing those kind of things. So are you aware that you are helping the insurance companies to make decisions? That's the simple question.
We don't, as Nina was mentioning, we don't share or store information or share that with third-party companies. It's not something that we're training the models on, so it's not an issue that we're not feeding back that any information that we collect. We really protect customer information and absolutely follow confidentiality, so that we don't see that as an issue in regards to our product.
Sometimes we store documents in the cloud, Adobe documents. Does this always have to be on your actual laptop?
No.
So we can upload additional documents, but then if it's in Adobe Cloud.
You can pull from your documents that are in Adobe Cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use this across like a browser too.
Okay. So I think that might be one of the questions surrounding the security, which is that if you're, for example, doing patient studies or IRB or something like that, and you're utilizing that and you're uploading and saving things. But ideally, if you were saving it in the cloud in the first place, it should be something that could be saved based on whatever level of data it is. So this doesn't actually cause any challenges with that. Okay.
No, and it shouldn't. But again, we can get back to the different levels of compliancy too. One more before I move on.
Hi, I'm a history faculty member, and
Hi.
I can envision, in fact, I've done assignments like this where I want my students to come up with discussion questions based on multiple readings, but I want them to come up with it in their own brain. So now you've created a tool that is basically, they're going to do the work by feeding it in here, and how am I going to, there's no tool to test that it went through AI, so now my entire assignment is basically being done by Adobe. Yeah.
Yeah, Dhruva's going to answer this question. Dhruva specializes in higher ed, so.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Hey, everyone. So I'm from the higher ed team, like Nina said. We get that question a lot, especially as AI has come up. I think Nina and I actually were talking about this. A better title session might have been, if we were to do this again, making more time for meaningful work. So we're seeing we really want students and all of you to make time for the research, the strategic tasks, the actual learning that you're trying to instill in them, and get some of the admin tasks that are inundating us out of the way. And so Amir and I have this conversation a lot. I know we talk about in the age of AI, we're doing a lot of work on the Adobe Express side, the visual communication side, to kind of change the way we think about assessments and assignments, to maybe instead of reading a document and generating a paragraph to show they've done the work, to actually record a podcast on it or host a group discussion or use different multimedia formats. And so it's an ongoing question. We're definitely not going to solve it over this lunch and learn, but please join those discussions, and we'll be having a lot more of those as we kind of tackle that. So I hope that helps.
I want to just double click on that, because I heard part of your question was the concern about students using this and not, maybe not using their own brains or their own starting points. And I just want to say that we do at Adobe overall, we really believe in digital literacy, and it's something that we've brought into all of our tools, and we're evolving that as AI continues to progress. And so for us, we're trying to build the future products for students, for educators, to take them into the future. And we're truly trying to do that in a responsible way, which is why we don't train. We're very protective about how we're approaching it. And I think for us, we're seeing it more as a starting point, an enablement for them, a way to supplement the work that they're doing. We don't believe in using it to cheat or supplement the thinking that they're doing. I think it's more of an aid.
And part of that, just in general, with the evolution into AI, is rethinking our assignments, or rethinking how, what is it that we're doing and how we're actually teaching, right? Because if it's not this, it's some other tool that's going to be able to help them do it. So we need to also kind of help take things into the future and into the next level, which is rethinking how we've been doing things in a traditional way anyway. We've also done a lot of research with students. We've talked to a ton, and they don't want tools that will do the work for them. So they want to still learn and do the work. So we just have to also figure out together, like, how are we going to create assignments where they're using their brains in different ways, or the ways that are really meaningful, and so that they're still learning the material and everything like that. Next session, or next one. This one is about creating quiz questions. So again, kind of relevant for students, for teachers. I'm going to use the same documents I've uploaded. So I think I had lecture notes in here. I had a couple different lecture notes, consumer behavior report. And what I'm going to ask it to do is to create a 10-question quiz, a mix of multiple choice and true-false questions, and to add an answer key at the bottom of the response. So AI Assistant generates a couple different multiple questions quiz based on the different documents that I've uploaded. Again, you can see where the answers are coming from. And it gave me 5 multiple choice questions and 5 true-false questions, and then it gave me the answer key at the bottom. So maybe I'm like, oh, actually, I don't want it to all to be 5 and 5. Can you update them to only include 2 true-false questions, and the rest should be multiple choice? So basically, rejigger this for me and add more multiple choice questions. So this is an example of that persistent chat history, right, where you're able to have it refine the response that you're getting. I did this in one take, so that's why it's taking a minute. Yes?
What is the context length of this AI assistant?
So context length, so it reads up to 10 documents, 600 pages each. So you can upload 10 at a time, and it will work across all of them, and each document can be 600 pages in length.
So I've noticed that when I'm chatting with the document, it'll start to. Thank you. Well, not on this. I've never used this before, but on other services, it starts to forget things over time if I keep asking it questions, and if I ask it more like complex questions about the material. So does that happen with this AI assistant, and I guess when does that start happening?
I've never had that happen to me personally. We haven't heard of that, so use this and see what it does and let us know.
Okay.
But you do have to kind of use it in one session, again, because we don't store your chat history. So however long you want to be doing it in the session. But that's not been something that's been raised as a issue. All right, last one. This is about developing a study guide. So whether you're a faculty member, whether you are a student and you want to do some test prep and you want to create a study guide to help you study smarter, we're going to show this. So this is an example of a PowerPoint I uploaded. I uploaded 4 different documents. I included a couple longer form files as well. So this one's 4 different ones. And I asked it, turn these class materials into a study guide that includes definitions, key concepts, examples, and possible test questions. So this will take a minute because I asked it to do a lot of things. But again, you get an idea. Some of the things that I do personally with AI Assistant is uploading my transcript files and having it help me create presentations off of that, or vice versa, uploading my presentations and having it help come up with talking points if I need to give a presentation. Again, I still have to be the one who's doing the presentation, but at least it helps me not start from a blank page. I think that's one of the challenges is, at least for me, and I'm sure for many others, it's so hard to just start from scratch and start from a blank page. So at least this is an aid to essentially help me get started. Study tips are at the bottom. We have lots of different citations. You can copy this, paste it into a Word doc or whatever you want to use. But ultimately, it broke everything out. And then again, it always includes key quiz questions. I also then asked it to help me study by organizing this material into a week-by-week study plan with focused topics, readings, and review goals. So maybe one of it is I have so many classes, or I need some sort of week-by-week work-back schedule to help me organize my days and my weeks. It can help me do that as well. So that's just another example. Yes?
So if you create presentation slides based on your script, what's the format of the presentation?
So it doesn't create slides for you yet, but it will say, I want it in like by slide. So it'll give me like a slide with a potential title and some bullets, or I have it do it for that. So it's like slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. I want it to be 5 slides or whatever. Yes?
Does it have any ability to like fill out PDF forms or like give it a knowledge base? So
no, but
no, it's like the next, isn't it?
No, but we hear that all the time. Oh, here, it made it into a table for me.
Nice.
I wanted it that week by week view, but then I said actually reformat this and make it into a table view. We get asked that all the time, where it wants AI assistant to then actually like do the work, like editing within the document.
Help you fill out a form, like be smart, like know the travel policy. Help me fill out the travel policy.
Yeah. Currently,
seriously.
Currently, no.
I'm serious.
But I get it. No, totally. Actually, I've been hearing that a lot lately, so. Yeah. Add in all the Concur. Still can't use Concur. I've been using it for 12 years, so I feel you. Other questions? This was my last actual demo. What I was going to kind of just quickly touch on is generating prompts. I think a lot of people also, you really get out of an AI response what you put into it. So prompt engineering is a big topic these days, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about what makes a great prompt. So just in terms of a quick overview of prompt engineering, you have a task. You want to include what is the actual instruction that you want the response to perform, right? I wanted to create a 200-word product feedback summary. You want to include context based on customer reviews. What are the expectations of the response? The summary should identify key themes, overall sentiment, and any recurring issues. And then you also want to include the task again, so formatting the output into whatever manner you want. So format the summary to be concise, present the information clear, it's easy to understand in a suitable way. We have developed a very robust prompt writing guide and library because we understand that it's really hard to even know how to even craft a strong, compelling prompt. So I think we have, are the prompt guides on the QR codes? We have prompt guides out here with the QR code to our prompt library. So you have access to hundreds of different prompts that we've developed to help you get started as well. These are the things not to do in your prompts, but I'm at time, so that's in the prompt guide as well. Last thing, if you have not signed up for the AI Assistant pilot through CSU Fullerton, the QR codes are on your tables to do that, and then this is the link as well. That was a lot. I hope you got something out of this and it was helpful in some way. How do we feel? Do we feel okay? Okay. I'll answer a couple more questions. We have time? Oh, we got time for questions. Great. Love questions. I feel like I'm in school again.
Nina, what's the difference between the perishable interactions that disappear after 12 hours and the cloud storage that is permanent, and can we transfer the one to the other so we can save our interactions?
Cloud storage is just for your document, it doesn't save AI Assistant anything. It's saved, no, you can download it. Currently it doesn't, but we do have another feature that's coming out soon that will include where you can actually save it as a note and you control that. So you can save.
Will this create any downloadable files at all as a PDF?
So
I can't say output a PDF for me with a teaching guide.
So in terms of the AI assistant response, right now you can download the entire chat history, so you can download it.
I just wanted to thank our speaker. Can you give him another round of applause? Thank you. Thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And again, if any of you have any specific use cases you want to talk about, any questions, Dhruva, Veronica, and I are going to hang out here for a while. So we want to hear from you. Come up, chat with us. We're here.
Yeah, if you want any examples of faculty that I've talked to who are using this and some of the anecdotes from there, happy to share, happy to answer any questions around what I'm hearing from those conversations too.
So, oh God, I'm like, I don't want